Butterfly Bloom, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, night, or noon. Here I am here with my guest, my Thea.
Hi everybody, I'm her Thea.
Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about what you used to play with, and some other stuff too. So, when you were younger, what did you like to play with?
Well, when I was younger, we had yo-yos, we had Barbies, and we had these dolls called Cabbage Patch Kids.
Nice. What were your favorites?
Cabbage Patch Kids, because I used to collect them.
Nice. So, did you ever have a bad toy experience or anything like that?
No bad experiences in my childhood.
Okay. Did you ever what did you used to do with your toys?
I would play with my toys, just like what you play with your squishies and your toys that you have at home. I would play with my toys. I used to play with my Barbies and change their clothes and change shoes. Because, back then they had shoes and fancy clothes and hair.
Well, what do you think about the toys now these days?
They're pretty interesting. They're more advanced. Now you kids like to play more with online gaming. There's a lot of online gaming. There's also a lot of games that you play with on your phone.
Yep.
So now everything's more advanced. It's not like back then when I was young, because we used to be outdoor. We used to play soccer, we used to roller skate, we used to skateboard. We were never really inside the house on our phones because we didn't have phones back then. Or internet back then.
Did you have TV?
Yeah, we had TV. We had to have either antennas or those big satellites that you see. Because back then the big satellites came out, and that was our cable, and that's when internet started coming in at that time. But you had to have those huge satellites. I'm pretty sure you've seen them before, right? Have you?
The ones that are in space?
No, well, kind of, not that big, but there were satellites that we used to have. As a matter of fact, I still have the satellite pole in the back of the house where the satellite used to be there just for our cable.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it's. But back then we had those rabbit ears. I don't know if you've seen those antennas. There's antennas. We used to call them rabbit ears. That's what we used to use. So you had to move it around to get the signal. Watch your program.
That's cool.
And then the big satellites came out, and then internet started coming in. And now it's technology. What you have.
Yeah.
On your phone. You're always on your phone playing games. I didn't have phones back then. We weren't allowed. Those weren't invented. We did have house phones. We had to go. The numbers were in a circle.
Yeah.
And you had to go, and then the circle would go, then you had to push through the number. Not like now, you just, when you're done. Or put a name, and you're and that's it.
Yeah.
We had to remember our phone numbers back then. So if we get lost or something, it's the only way we can get home, call home. So you had to memorize your phone number.
Oh. Well, what type of TV shows did you used to watch? If you what were your favorites, basically?
Tom and Jerry. We to watch a lot of Tom and Jerry's. There was black and white TVs back then, so we used to watch a lot of Tom and Jerry shows. When the colors TV started coming around, we used to watch Betty Boop cartoons.
What's that?
It's a character. She's called Betty Boop, which you've probably seen it on your cousin's hand. That he has it right here. He has a tattoo of her on his arm. Yeah, that's Betty Boop. It's all black and white cartoons. Popeye, I think it was, where he needed spinach to grow strong and healthy. And he would have muscles and he had strength for everything with the spinach.
Yeah.
I don't remember all the other cartoon characters we used to watch. Yeah, those are some of the ones that I remember.
So what were these like, other than Tom and Jerry, what were these like cartoons about? Because I know what Tom and Jerry is.
Oh, I think they're coming up with a new movie.
Yeah, they're coming up with a new
Right?
movie
In,
in
like-
February, like 20.
In like about a week or two, right?
Yeah, it's gonna come out.
It's more of a
Real life.
real life. Yeah.
It's not a cartoon. Like,
No, it's not cartoon, which I want to watch. Well, we used to watch all kinds of different shows, mostly a lot of Spanish shows because Grandma used to like all her Spanish shows, her novelas, her which Americanas are soap operas, I believe, soap operas. But she used to, she used to mostly hog the TV and watch all her novelas. My dad used to watch all his movies, his Mexican movies, cowboy movies. Back then there were just cowboy movies and Mexican movies, mafia movies. Not as advanced as it is now.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a total different world back then when I was growing up from now. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, we didn't have tablets. We had dinosaur computers.
Oh, the like
Those-
big squares?
Yeah, those big old, we would call them dinosaur computers because they're like big square computers, and then the keyboard was just big back then. You know, not like now you can get a decent size, just a flat screen,
Just shove it in
and
your
then
bag.
just
and
or your tablets that we didn't have none of that stuff.
Wow.
Or Apple. I don't even know what Apple is because Apple wasn't existed. It was barely starting to come out, Apple back then. Mac, I
Wait,
think it was.
Apple was there back then?
It was starting. The technology was starting back then.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, so what other like toy experience have you had? Or like cartoons or anything? Like basically anything from your childhood.
Well, my childhood was a little different from your childhood. You know, I had to learn how to read and translate in Spanish because my parents didn't speak Spanish, didn't read English. They didn't quite understand English. So my childhood was a little different from yours. I really had to learn how to read it and translate it into Spanish. I also didn't really have very much of a childhood because, as you know, when you met your other aunt, you know, that was disabled, who I would have to take care of while I was growing up. Well, I would have to help out around the house with her because my mom needed help with her. So I didn't really have a childhood experience like playing games and going with Barbies and going to my friend's house. I wasn't allowed to go to my friend's house and hang out because I would have to stay home and help out with my sister. Or learn how to translate it, read it in English and translate it in Spanish because my mother didn't know what it was or who it was from. I had to learn as a young age too how to fill out her checks to pay her bills, because back then you didn't really have what we have now, the advanced technology. So everything was pretty much in paper, you know. So my childhood was when I was alone in my room, and either I was being a mean tia, or I was just hiding out and playing with my Barbies.
What do you mean by mean tia?
Well, you know, I didn't live alone.
Yeah.
I had other kids around me, and they were all my nieces and nephews.
Okay.
So that's what I mean. I was being a mean tia, because you know they were all little and I was big.
What'd you do?
I used to do a lot of evil stuff to, especially your mom and your tias.
Like what?
I used to scare them a lot,
How?
like creep up on them, like tell them creepy stories and make them believe the creepy stories. Like when we used to watch scary movies, like we used to watch. I love scary movies. I used to watch Chucky a lot.
How old is Chucky?
Chucky is old,
Like how?
as old as I am.
So like when you were born, it was like coming out.
Chucky started coming out when I was, I'm gonna say, 13, 14 years old.
Wow.
So that was probably back in the 80s, 90s. The 80s or 90s when Chucky started coming out.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I was evil though. I used to scare them. I used to scare your aunts. I used to have this mask. Nobody knew where it was. I used to have it, and I used to put it on and scare them. Scare them with that mask. I used to scare them with the mask, telling them that just scaring your mom and your tias.
What did the mask look like?
Huh? It was just the scary mask that I had. I would put it on. And then I would put it on and then scare your tias and just be evil. I was just being evil, just scaring them.
Okay. So, what did you do for fun, and how was school for you? And
Well, school was my escape, because, like I tell you, when I was at home, I had to learn how to do a lot of things. So when I was in school, that was like my escape. You know, I used to play with my friends, just like what you do. Just like what you did when you were going into school.
How is it different from mine? I mean, how is it different from like my school, like me?
Well, back then we had hopscotch. I don't know if you guys still have it.
Is it the one where we did jump rope?
No. We used to have like it's on the floor, you know.
Yeah, me and my
And then
friends
you would
played
like
that.
skip on there, and you just like with one leg, and then grab the rock or whatever you would throw. Yeah. Slides, which I think you guys still have.
Yeah, we still have slides.
Swings, you still have that.
No, we don't have swings at my school. I don't think.
Yeah, we had swings. Jumpy bars or monkey bars.
Monkey bars. We have a ton
bars.
of those. Actually, our whole playground.
And then
is
tetherball. It's a tether. It's I think it's a soccer ball. I'm not quite sure what kind of a ball it is, but it's a pole.
Yeah, and it's tied to a
And
string.
it's tied to it's not it's a string. It could be a string or it could be a chain, because it depends. Most schools either have strings or most schools have chains. And then tetherball, you just throw the tetherball.
I think our school has a chain, probably because I think our school has a chain.
Yeah.
Probably because the kids are rough, and
Yeah.
if they throw it and someone gets knocked
Yeah.
in the head with the chain, you know they don't want to get
Yeah.
sick.
Then we had handballs. I don't know if you guys still have handball courts, where we used to play with the ball. Handball. We used to play with that. And then we used to play tetherball. Yeah.
Wait, what was the thing that you just said right now?
Handball.
No, the one before that.
Tetherball. That is that we used to throw the ball to someone and you would hit you. We would hit you with the ball.
How was that fun?
That was fun. Yeah, we used to soccer. A lot of the kids used to play soccer. They used to play. We also had baseball because we used to have, which I think it's still there, a huge field.
Yeah, we have like 2 different fields. There's one field like in front of the high school, and you could still go there. I don't think you're technically allowed to, but kids still go there anyway. And then we have the huge yard in front of our
Yeah, because that's what we had too, a field.
Yeah.
That's where the boys would play soccer. They would play soccer or baseball, on the field. And then on the pavement, I believe that's what it's called. That's where we all had the monkey bars, and we had the swings, and then we had all the hopscotch thingy. A lot of jumping rope. We used to do a lot of jumping rope too. I don't know if you guys still do that.
Yeah, kids
here.
Only a little group of kids play with all the exercise equipment.
Yeah, well,
mainly because we have this bucket of exercising equipment.
Gotcha.
But you're not allowed to use it. It's stored in the gym. I don't know why.
Yeah,
it.
That's what I'm saying. Back then, when I was your guys' age, we did a lot of outdoor. We were always outdoor, riding bikes. There you see riding bikes, skateboards, or scooters, or rollerblading. We also used to go to skate a lot. We used to go skating. So we had a skating range where we used to go skate. Yeah, nowadays kids don't really do those outdoor. They don't do those outdoor activities anymore. Now you guys are playing games on your phones, on the computer, playing online gaming. Yeah, we used to do a lot of outdoor gaming, a lot.
Well,
my age.
Well, the things that we play at my school, we don't really do any of, we don't jump rope or stuff like that. We do have the rope on the ball on the string thing, and kids don't really use it though. They mainly just swing on the pools, go in a circle, because there's a circle around this. Yeah, and the really common game that I don't know if they play it a lot in 3rd grade. I forgot how to play it because it was pretty confusing. But in 2nd grade, it was really popular. It's called Sharks and Meadows.
I don't know what Sharks and Meadows is.
I just played it once, but I had no idea how to play it.
Gotcha.
So I was only there for 10 minutes, and then I was like, wait, what are we doing again? How do we do this? And it was really confusing. I think it's one person's a shark. This is the only part I got, because there's a whole they could write a whole manual about this game, because they probably should, because I had no idea how to play it.
Gotcha.
But basically, I think this is what it was. Someone was a shark, and then they would try and get other sharks, and they would by getting them, they would tag them.
Okay.
And then until everybody was a shark, then that's when the game lost. Whoever was standing last won. Which
okay.
A lot of people didn't win because the games usually lasted 3 recesses.
Okay.
Well, actually at my school we technically get 3 recesses, because if you come early enough in the morning, you can get 1 recess. And then we get one before lunch, and then we get one after lunch.
Gotcha.
So technically we get 3 recesses, which is really nice.
Okay.
But this game usually lasts 3 days worth of recesses.
Oh,
So
that sounds interesting.
yeah,
But you didn't really get it though.
I didn't really get it. That's the only or this is what it could be. Like someone was a shark and then when they tagged someone, they were another shark. But then again, that wouldn't really make sense.
Yeah, I don't get the shark thingy.
So we are camping right now, and there's snow. So when you were little, like, did you ever see snow or did you
No.
play in it? No.
Nope. We never really did these adventures, going out camping, going to the snow. We really didn't really do very much of that when I was growing up. Maybe when I was a teenager, I did. I would go to Big Bear when I was a teenager with my brother. When I was a teenager, we went to Big Bear and we were there, and it was fun. Cold though, so it was cold, but it was a lot of fun though. We didn't really have very much outdoory. We used to do a lot of outdoors, but at home. But like, I think when I was a teenager is when Grandma used to take out your mom and your uncles and your aunts, because they used to live with us. That's when they were starting to go out a little bit more, when I was a teenager.
Okay. That sounds cool.
But it was fun every time we would go to the Big Bear, but we didn't really go very often.
How were the clothes? Like, what were the clothes like?
The clothes that we used to wear, you mean?
Yeah, like the clothes they used to wear, like.
Basically just jeans. We had a lot of jeans and a lot of t-shirts. Vans. We used to wear a lot of Vans because back then Vans is popular. Skechers were coming in. They were pretty coming in, getting Nikes also were coming in at that time. They were becoming famous. Reeboks. We had a lot of jeans. We had a lot of short shorts.
So what age were you when you went to Disneyland? Like,
My first time going to Disneyland, you mean?
yeah.
I was about 10 years old
Wow.
when I went to Disney, when I had my first adventure at Disneyland. It was small back then. And I think if I remember correctly, it was cheap to go in.
Like how much?
I don't remember. I can't tell you because I never really paid for anything. All I know is that we used to be able to take our food and actually eat in the park.
Anyways, yeah. So speaking of that, did you ever watch any like Mickey Mouse or anything like that?
Yeah. You mean Mickey Mouse cartoons?
Yeah, Mickey
Yes.
Mouse.
They were all black and white.
Yeah.
though. Yeah, the original ones, yes. I mean, I'm telling you, we used to have the antenna. So in order for us to get a good signal back then, we had to move the antennas in order to be able to watch them right, because everything pretty much was black and white back then. That's when Disneyland was actually pretty small. It wasn't that big back then.
Yeah.
Not as how big it is right now, but we used to be able to eat there, like literally eat there. They had a whole section where you would be able to eat there.
Like,
Take your own food. Take your own food and eat there.
well, you can't bring your own lunch or anything like that?
I don't think you can do that anymore. You have to go to the parking lot and eat in your car. I think that was the last time I went to Disneyland and I did that. We went to the parking lot and eat in the car.
Wow.
But we used to go to Disneyland a lot because it was
Fun.
It was fun back then. That was the only thing that we had there back then. Only theme park. We used to go there a lot.
Did you ever go to Knoxberry Farm?
No, because we went to Magic Mountain.
What's Magic Mountain?
Magic Mountain came out and then Knoxberry Farm came.
Oh. But like, what was your favorite ride on Disneyland?
All of
All of them? What was your most favorite ride?
the White Mountain.
What was it like?
That was fun. scared the bejesus out of your mama.
Oh.
Because she was the only tall one that was able to go at that time. Yeah, I used to tell her this was gonna be a really fun ride. That a lot of nice, it's nice there. You just sit there and it's gonna be a little bumpy. I would tell her it's gonna be a little bumpy in the beginning, but then the bumpiness is gonna go away. And then when we're getting close to go to where it's gonna go scary, I used to tell her, okay, now what you have to do is hold on here to the bars and just duck and close your eyes.
Why did she need a duck?
And then she would ask me, why, Tia? Just trust me. You just need to duck. But why? Just trust me, mija. Okay, Tia. So she would. So she was holding on. And then she would duck and close her eyes. And then when the ride was over, she would be like, you lied to me, Tia. You told me that it wasn't scary and this and this and that. And yeah. I used to do that a lot to your mom. It's the only way I was going to get her in the rides with me. The scary rides.
Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode with my special guest, my Tia. And so, bye! Was there any, toy that you kind of felt scared of? Or, that you didn't really, were attracted to or something like that?
No. When I was younger?
Yes, when you were younger.
I only played with my Barbies. When I had a Barbie. Or if my sister took it away from me. But mostly Barbies and my Cabbage Patch Kids. Those were hot back then. Those were the good toys. You don't really see those often. Haven't seen one. You don't know what it looks like.
Oh, I know.
If you Google it, you'll see what they look like.
I watched a video about it, and yeah.
Yeah.